When I walk up in the club and sing, everybody want to know my name. Yeah, here comes the glass road. Yeah, here comes the glass road. Don't worry, everyone. I'm back. I know you guys were worried that you're never going to see me again because I have court tomorrow. And even though my lawyer told me that they never planned on having my competency evaluation done before court on Friday, I'm still worried that the judge is going to be like, you didn't do your evaluation. I'm just going to declare you incompetent. I have put you in jail before, and I'll probably put you in jail again. So this is my last chance to talk to you guys, so I am back. And what am I here to talk about? Passwords. Yay! Everyone's so excited, right? Woo! It's it's the best topic you could ever talk about. Everyone loves having to type in a password that's like it's their favorite thing is having to write a password like that. The problem with passwords like that is that you have to write them down, and if you write them down, then someone that has a camera in your house can figure out your password, or they can watch you type it in. Even if you memorize your password, that's like blah, 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 you're always at risk of people seeing your password. But the problem is, if you don't have a password like that, then it's easy to crack them. So I mention a password which is Taylor Swift 1 exclamation point, which I feel like is one of the most common passwords in the world. And you guys all went, wow, that's my password. And the reason that I said that is because my password used to be Lady Gaga 34, even though I didn't even like Lady Gaga that much. I like her music videos, but back then I don't know why Lady Gaga was my password. I thought this is a very rare password. It was a terrible password because a good password is it doesn't use words. Okay, so that's what I'm actually here to talk about is what password cracking software does. I said that they go through millions of passwords. It's actually more like a Google different passwords. It's a lot more than a billion. It's like a trillion different passwords because what they'll do is the first thing they'll do is they'll take dictionary words and combine them. One time I met this guy who said he worked at Cisco and he was trying to hack me. And he told me that I should use LastPass Password Manager, and then they hacked me and they stole all my passwords. They figured out all my passwords by hacking my one LastPass account. So this guy told me that I should have a password that's like a bunch of random words like table, cup, beer, phone, and that should be my password. And then he hacked me because I listened to him. Oh, terrible decision. When you write a password, you should not use words because they'll do what's called a dictionary attack. They'll go through every word in the dictionary, and then they'll combine words from the dictionary. Light, microphone, cup. And then what they do is they'll pick two random digits, and then they make them all uppercase and lowercase, each digit. But the first thing they always test is the first letter because everyone that has Taylor Swift 1 as their password is capital T, Taylor Swift 1. So when the password crackers try to crack your password, the first thing they do is they add two letters that are a combination. A, A, B, A, C, A, D, A, E, and well, actually, probably they do numbers first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and they go through all 99. And then what do they do when they do those numbers? They do a hash. Capital T, Taylor Swift 1, figure out what the hash is, try to see if it matches. It doesn't match. Taylor Swift 2 doesn't match. Taylor Swift 3 doesn't match. And so you can do a lot of like when you use the password cracking software, I've done it. They have options to like have different random characters because sometimes you're not allowed. You have to have like a capital letter, you have to have a lowercase letter, you have to have a number, and then you have to have a special character like an exclamation point. Everyone uses an exclamation point. You shouldn't use an exclamation point. You shouldn't have regular words. And some of these password crackers will switch out certain letters for things like they'll switch out the letter A for an @ symbol, or they'll switch out an S for a $sign. And then they'll be like, look, these are the dictionary words with all the S's switched out or all the A's switched out. And so they test all those first. So variations of regular words are in the dictionary or are in the attack, because there are word lists that are already written by hackers that don't include dictionary words. And then, like I said, they have different letters capitalized, but generally people always do the first letter capitalized, and they don't want to do the later letters capitalized because it's very difficult for them to hack it. I'm telling you this because your password's very bad. My password is blah, 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 and you know what? I have it memorized, but I probably need to change it. I hate changing my password. I still don't have my password memorized on half of my computers because I have different passwords for every computer, because you should never repeat your passwords. So other things they do. The password crackers use combinations of letters. So sub or I don't know what, like, I don't know, like there are a lot of words there are a lot of like 3-letter combinations that make up very common words. Try, buy. These are very common combinations. Like it's all about, what is it? Entropy. It's about the probability that you will combine letters together that sound like words, like consonants followed by vowels. You don't want it to sound like that. You want it to be kind of difficult to type, where you're constantly going, oh, I'm caps lock, shift, uppercase, lowercase. Oh gosh, it's driving me nuts to type this password in. And then eventually you get used to it. But generally, like I said, some of my passwords, I still don't have them memorized. I have them written down, which if you're spying on me, if you have a hidden camera in my house, you can see me typing in my password. You're going to get it. One time, back in the day, one time I drove the government crazy. So I'd like put a blanket over my head before I typed in my very difficult password, and then they couldn't crack my password, and then I caught them hacking me. And that's like when I talk about this, like the NSA showing up at my office because I caught them hacking me. I installed software based on like me. Like not letting them see my password, because I had a blanket over my head every time I typed in my password. I was very, very serious about making sure they couldn't hack me. One thing I should mention is the longer your password, the longer it takes for them to crack, because every time you add a digit, it has to change every possible digit leading up to your digit. Like every time you add a letter or a number or a special character, then they have to change. Like the password cracker has to test every possible combination of letters and numbers or whatever leading up to your final digit. So like every time you add one, it's the same as adding the entire length. Like it doubles. Like, so it's like exponential how long it takes them to crack it. Because think about it. So if I add a star at the end of mine, then it has to test every possible one leading up to it, unless my password is Abby is my dog, 1 exclamation point, or I love Abby, or probably my password would just be Abby, 1 exclamation point, because my dog's name is Abby. Would I ever use my dog's name as a password? It's the last thing that you would ever use. Why? Because people love their dogs more than their children. Yes, people commonly use their dog, or commonly use their children's names and spouses' names, but they tend to love their dog more than their children, and that's why they always use it. That's it. That's all I wanted to talk about today, because I wanted to make sure that this was published on the internet before I go to court tomorrow. God, you have to understand, going to court is like, they're gonna put me in a state hospital. My life's ruined. And it's like, all right, dude, whatever. The thing is, I'm starting a company on Wednesday. Like my business is officially launching on Wednesday. So I really don't want to be declared incompetent on Friday, but we'll keep our fingers crossed. It's not my fault. That's the thing. It's my lawyer's fault. Like, I contacted my lawyer. My lawyer didn't contact me. I said, hey, you haven't scheduled my competency evaluation. She said, well, I can't yet. And so it's not my fault, but you never know what's going to happen. I'm out of here. I hope you guys have a good day.